Good afternoon, family, and welcome back to GodSpeed, where we provide you a weekly market overview for the Lexus LC500. On tonight's episode, family, we venture into the realm of Lexus Certified, which is Lexus's premium used car experience. And we're going to look to understand a few things. For one, we're going to look to understand what it means to purchase a L certified vehicle from Lexus. Right? We want to also take a deeper dive into what the benefits and perks are that are provided to its owners. And then finally, we look to answer the long-awaited question of how much cost savings or value can you expect if you're looking to purchase a LC500 with one of these coveted certifications. Okay, fam, let's buckle up and explore all the details and benefits of the Lexus used car certification experience. Let's go. All right, fam, let's talk about what the Lexus L certification is, right? So it is every L certified Lexus includes Lexus Care, which is an industry leading suite of standard benefits that goes beyond your traditional Lexus warranty. They include 4 amazing benefits. Number 1, comprehensive warranty. Number 2, complimentary maintenance services. Number 3, comprehensive roadside assistance. And finally, some additional connected service trial subscriptions. Let's talk a little bit about what some of the benefits or perks are that are provided with the certification. So I'm out here at the Lexus.com/L certified certification warranty site. I'll make sure I got the full link of this on the video as well, but let's talk a few things. So number 1, you get the certification, right? So this is absolutely documented from the Lexus dealership that you and your vehicle have qualified for the certification, and it also ensures that you get all of the benefits, okay? I'm going to talk about a few additional things on this. I'm going to come back to the 161-point inspection here in a moment, but I will just say at a high level, you get this amazing 161-point inspection, which is a very thorough inspection of both the engine, the interior, the exterior, the electronics, the safety, all the undercarriage, and a road test for your vehicle. So that's going to give you a lot of peace of mind, if you will, to know that the vehicle that you're looking to purchase or the vehicle that you've already purchased absolutely went through a strenuous test and it passed it. Okay. All right. You get the warranty, an extension of the warranty up to 6 years. So what's going to happen here is that you're going to keep your 4-year 50,000 mile warranty that remains on the vehicle at the time of purchase, but you will also get an additional 2 years of the L certified from the purchase date, okay, or whichever occurs later. So you will get right here. Let me just make sure I read this so the warranty is valid for a minimum of 2 years, unlimited mileage after the expiration of the 4-year 50,000 mile warranty, or 2 years from your L certified purchase or lease date. So that's very important because some of the documentation says up to 6 years. And if you guys know, if you're purchasing a 2018 with a L certified warranty, you might be asking yourself, wow, is that up to 6 years? Is that going to mean that I'm going to lose some of my 2 years worth of warranty because a 2018 vehicle in 2024 is absolutely approaching or encroaching on that 6-year time frame, depending on whether you bought it and took receipt of it in 2017 or whether you took it at some point in the year of 2018. Either way, rest assured, fam, that you're absolutely going to get 2 full years and unlimited miles from the date that you purchase a certified Lexus vehicle, okay? And then there's complimentary maintenance, right? So you absolutely get 2 years or 20,000 miles, whichever comes first. So a lot of us are not driving these vehicles necessarily 10,000 miles a year, but you can absolutely go in after 6 months and capture whatever that interval of service is without any qualms or questions from the dealership. You get 4 of those complimentary on the house as a part of your L certification. Couple other things here, right? You get roadside assistance, you get trip protection, you get loaner car. And now I just want to take a few moments to go back into detail on a few aspects that I want to make sure that we all understand when it comes to this L certification. So number 1, every certified Lexus vehicle is going to have to go through this rigorous 161-point inspection. What I absolutely love about this is that, you're going to get them to make sure that they've inspected all of those aspects of the vehicle. And if you're meticulous, like anybody I think should be, if you're purchasing a premium vehicle from any dealership, it's nice to know that somebody has had to at least go in there and put an eye's view on all of these aspects. So you're going to make sure that when you're looking to purchase, I'm asking you guys to ensure that you talk to the sales rep and have them put this checklist in front of you, okay? Make sure that it's got, you inspect the time and date, make sure you got the right stock number or the VIN number and whatnot on there. And I'm not going to go through all these, although I will make sure you've got a link to this in the actual description of the video. But a couple things I want to call out to you from my own personal experience. Now, if you guys recall, I purchased my second LC500 in April of last year. But in my process of looking for a vehicle, I was very close to pulling the trigger on a L certified LC500. And I want to share a little bit of strategy that I found out as a part of that deal. Now, we were kind of, negotiating back and forth on the price. And I'll be honest with you, I was blessed to have a sales manager who saw that I was serious about purchasing the car and really wanted to do his part to make it happen for me. So, he actually brought to my attention this document because at the time I didn't know to ask for it. And when he brought it to my attention, he and I both, interestingly enough, noticed that on both the tires and the brakes, they were very much borderline pass fail. So if you'll notice, all of these aspects that they're going to be inspecting have either a pass or fail. But when we look at the tires and the brakes, you actually have a reading, and that indicator will help you to see how close you are, or how much tread, if you will, is left on the tires, or how much millimeters or spacing you still have or wear you have on the brakes. One of the things that he and I negotiated was that, listen, if I would actually purchase the vehicle from them, that they would actually ingest brand new tires, all four, and brand new brakes, all four, as a part of the L certification. They would go back in, they would take it from pass and move it over to fail and include new tires and new brakes. Okay. That's just a little bit of strategy that I want to share with you guys. I didn't end up purchasing this vehicle, but I think for someone who's looking for an L certified vehicle, I think it's a very good strategy for you to consider, especially just to make sure you get the most value out of it, because we're going to talk about value here in a moment. But if you end up getting brand new brakes, if you end up getting brand new tires as a part of that, then let's face it, the value just shoots through the roof. Okay. The other document, and we're not going to go into full detail on this one, but I want to bring it to your attention, is the L Certified Warranty Supplement and Roadside Assistance Guide. Make sure that if you do purchase, you absolutely ask your sales representative to help you understand if this document is going to be printed out by them or if this is something you need to submit for your warranty registration, okay? Again, I'll have the link to this right here in the actual video description so you guys can go out and get very familiar with that. Family, let's do a quick recap, okay? So for the Lexus certified vehicle, what you can expect to get out of the L certification is those 4 complimentary maintenance services, okay? You're going to get up to 6 years, or I like it to be better stated as 2 years unlimited miles worth of the roadside assistance, which is absolutely valuable, right? You're also going to get 2 years unlimited miles of the L certified warranty. Okay, so that's going to pretty much cover all the aspects of the original 4-year 50,000 mile warranty for an additional 2 years, or if you're already outside of that 50,000 miles or 4-year window, you're going to get the 2 full years or the 20 or the unlimited miles for the warranty that will stand starting the day that you purchase the vehicle. You're going to get 3-month trial of their Service Connect. You're going to get trip interruption reimbursement assistance for emergency breakdown situations, a complimentary loaner vehicle, and a vehicle wash every time you come in to have your vehicle serviced. And then last but not least, you are going to get, from a safety perspective, a 3-month trial to Safety Connect. And then from a connectivity perspective, you're going to get a 3-month trial of Lexus Inform Remote. This is the app that will allow you, well, in combination with the Lexus app, you'll be able to actually see a lot of information and details about your vehicle, you know, the mileage, what's your upcoming service. You can schedule your service from there. Any over-the-air updates can take place as a result from that. And then one of the very cool aspects of it is you can start your car from the app as opposed to using the key fob, okay? And then last but not least, you'll get the Sirius XM Platinum Plan 3-month trial subscription, which will open up all of these Sirius XM channels for you, okay? All right, fam, that is a quick look into all of the exclusive perks that you get as a part of the L Certified experience. All right, family, let's talk a little bit around what the cost savings are for a Lexus certified vehicle, right? One of the things that I want to educate us on this year as we start to look through the opportunities for vehicles that we can purchase and we come across those which are certified and uncertified, I want us to be able to understand how much financial value lies up within a certification. So for instance, right, if you're looking at a $52,000 Lexus LC500 that's certified, and you're looking at another one that's not certified for $50,000, I want us to be able to assess, is there at least $2,000 worth of value in the certification that would really help us to see more of an apples to apple comparison of the two vehicles, okay? So we are out here at Lexus.com. I'm over here in the service, maintenance, and parts areas. Guys, what we can do is we can actually come out here and select our vehicle. When we come out here and select the LC500, drop in your year and then hit submit, it's going to bring us down here to the actual service intervals, okay? Now, I'm actually going to start this service interval conversation out at 30,000 miles because I think that's more realistic to what, you know, the vehicles that we're looking to grab with a certification are falling in the around 30,000 miles and around 60,000 miles. So I'm going to talk heavily on those two intervals because I think they're going to drive the biggest, you know, coin, if you will, or the biggest financial contribution to picking up a vehicle with that certification. So before I jump over there, I will say this right here, okay? If you are purchasing a brand new LC500, just remember that you're actually going to get that 5,000 and 10,000 mile interval complimentary, so you won't have to pay for those either, okay? Okay, so family, I did a little bit of calling today, right? And I did some research, obviously, ahead of making this video. The 15,000 to 30 to 25,000, let's call it that, intervals pretty much are just, you know, your normal oil change. You know, they might inspect a few things. So tonight I'm going to break these up into 3 intervals, right? I'm going to break it up into what you can expect to pay for oil change, or one of those very light service intervals that really just does the changing of the oil and the oil filter and maybe just topping off fluids and all that good stuff, right? You can anticipate paying roughly about $150 to $250 for that service, okay, or any of those more simpler services. Now, when we get to the 30,000 mile interval, this becomes our first major service, if you will, okay? And this one's obviously you're going to replace your engine oil, inspect the tires, check installation of the floor mats, inspect ball joints, dust covers, brake lines, hoses, rear differential oil, engine coolant, steering leakage and boot, replace the engine air filter, right? That's going to be probably the real replace piece here. The other stuff's inspections, and the only thing I like to call out whenever they say they're inspecting something, you just want to be of the mind that sometimes they're going to inspect it and they're going to find something, okay? All right, and if you're outside of that manufacturer's warranty, then you know you're going to have to deal with whatever they find in an inspection, okay? But the replace the air filter, that's actually straight up dollars, right? And it's also the maintenance around I should say the service fee in order for them to, the man hours to actually pull the air filter and drop them in. For our vehicle, there's 2 air filters, as you guys know. Well, I shouldn't say as you know, but if you're not aware, there are 2 separate air filters for ours, okay? They're going to inspect the exhaust pipes and mounting. They're going to replace the cabin air filter, right? So this is on the inside of the vehicle. They're going to inspect fuel lines and connections, make sure that the fuel tank band and fuel tank vapor vent system hoses are intact, inspect the fuel tank gasket cap. Obviously, well, if you guys are not aware, Lexus, I think they've mitigated it by now, but Lexus was known for a while on having faulty gas caps, and they would end up causing the check engine light to come on, because if you failed to turn it tight enough or get enough clicks on that gas cap, the pressure would end up causing a sensor to go off. And man, I tell you what, people spent hundreds of dollars trying to figure that out until we finally realized that it was a bad gas cap. I don't think that's going to be the case. I definitely hadn't had any experience like that on either of my LC500s. Now, we're replacing the brake fluid, so that's a replacement. We're replacing the smart key batteries. That's a cost, obviously. Inspect axle shaft boots. We're doing a little bit more inspection of the transmission, looking for signs of leakage, inspecting the body chassis. We're measuring the brake rotor thickness. So anytime they're measuring it, family, you can anticipate that, listen, the readings could be low enough to cause them to at least recommend or suggest brake changes. Okay, so that could increase the amount of money. If you got to change the rotors, you better believe that's going to be increased as well. Inspect wiper blades, measure thickness of the brake pads, reset maintenance reminder light, visually inspect brake pads, calipers, rotors, measure the thickness of those, inspect the rack and pinions, inspect transmission fluid, and perform road test on the vehicle. Okay, so right, I called the Lexus dealership, and family, this is going to be Atlanta, Georgia, just one of the dealers, many dealers in the Atlanta, Georgia area. But the quote that I got for the 30,000 mile, 36-month service interval was $834. Okay, I imagine that's going to, fluctuate by several dollars depending on where you are in the United States. So I would just say anywhere between, $750 to $1,000 for that 30,000 mile. Okay. All right, now let's jump to the 60,000 mile interval, and we get a lot of what we just talked about, but I also want to call out a few things here. We get replace spark plugs. So I know a lot of people, even myself, was not familiar with the intervals for spark plugs. And so two big things here. Now, this is actually going to jump the price up to $1,400, okay, because of the time for the parts and labor to replace those spark plugs. You're jumping up to $14. So I would $1,400. Sorry, fam. I would guess to say maybe we should say about $1,250 to $1,650, depending on where you are in the United States. Okay, and always, family, if you got multiple Lexus dealerships, always shop around, because believe it or not, you can save several hundreds of dollars still sticking with a Lexus dealership, but just the location of the Lexus dealership, the taxes, and or the percentage of taxes and all that stuff. So definitely inspect it. Okay, but I definitely wanted to call out this one, because here is where you're going to do the tune-up, if you will, or replace the spark plugs, okay? And another thing that they start to inspect is the drive belts, okay? So I don't anticipate drive belts are going to need to be replaced. And by drive belts, right, we got a lot of drive belts, but the one that really comes to mind is the timing belt, because the timing belt is what, it would cause you to end up having to replace a lot of the seals and all that other stuff, the water pump, et cetera, et cetera. Now, even as I talk, I'm being actually reminded that I think someone communicated to me in the past that these vehicles, in lieu of the timing belt, they have a timing chain, which is going to be extremely valuable for LC500 owners if that is indeed the truth. I will definitely do a quick lookup on that one and confirm it for us. But I do recall, and it came from a reputable person as well, that there are chains on these vehicles. If that's the case, right, traditionally these vehicles at the 90,000 mile interval required you to come in here and change out the timing belt, water pump, and all that good stuff. Still, I'm imagining that at 90,000 miles here, I'm looking real quickly to see if there's any replacement pieces here. I don't see a water pump or anything of that nature. Let's jump up to 100,000 miles. Yep, I just see coolant. Replace the engine coolant on that one. And let's just, for kicks, let's get up to the last one, 150. Yep, there's that inspect drive belts again. So, I'm not sure what the replacement's going to be for some of the, the water pump or something of that nature, okay? But family, I think this is absolutely going to give us an opportunity to understand when we're looking at a certified vehicle, right? We can tell off the bat, right? If you've got one that is close to or underneath that 30,000 mile interval, you already know that you got an easy, let's just round it up and call it $1,000 worth of value in that bad boy. If you're close to the 60, you've got about an easy $1,500 from at least one of the intervals, right? And the other intervals, right, we at least have about $250. So as long as you're close to the 30 and the 60,000 mile interval, you easily have, you know, $2,000 worth of value in that one. Okay, family, I hope this episode has helped some individuals out who are interested in what the Lexus certification is, what the perks and benefits that come along with it, and what's the value that it'll drive for you if you happen to pick up one of these illustrious vehicles with that L certification associated with it. If this is your first video with GodSpeed, definitely head over to the full channel where we have weekly market reviews, aftermarket showcases for products for our car, and our LC500 pick or video of the week. Family, have a tremendous evening. Love you all. GodSpeed.